for show. CloudLounGe ReMM podcast, and I'm with
D1, your boy Giff,
and a special guest today,
CitySun, HighFiveFlicks. We here.
Blessings, cuz.
Family.
Good seeing you, man.
Yes, sir.
Where you at right now? You in CT?
CT, yep.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
How was your day? How was your day, first of all?
Good. Cool. Woke up. Felt good.
Amen.
Feel good.
Amen. Blessings.
Virgo, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
taking it back to where we all started with this one, because CitySun was on our first attempt at CloudLounge.
Yeah.
I was here for the idea being spilled rather than the idea being here.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
A few months ago, too. So shout out to everybody who's been supporting and watching the CloudLounGe ReMM podcast. It's not just with ReMM, it's with everyone, with the family. So blessings to that. But we're going to get straight to the beginning of this, the genesis. What was your DNA? Where were you born and where you from, cuz?
Oof. DNA. DNA sounds crazy, right?
Hey.
Born in Holyoke.
Okay.
Yeah.
Made in Holyoke.
Made in Holyoke.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Moved around a lot. So I'd like to say just raised in Springfield, raised everywhere. Mainly Springfield, though.
Yeah.
413.
Yes, sir.
You moved around when you were young, right?
I did move around a lot when I was young. Yep. I lived in, Delaware, Rhode Island.
Yeah.
A little time in New York here and there.
Nice.
Yeah. Were you just coming back when I met you? I met you when I was 7.
No.
You're 5.
Yeah, no, I
That's
think
crazy.
we were just living in Holyoke at the time. Yeah, on Cottage Street.
Right.
Shout out to Cottage Street, that's crazy. Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then you moved
The
in
dead
next
end?
door. Yeah, the dead end, yep.
Yeah.
And you moved in next door. I remember that we used to build snow igloos and snow tunnels.
All that, learning life as young, The early generation, what was that, the early 90s?
Yeah, early 90s, yeah. 95, 94, 95. It's crazy.
True. Did you attend any schools outside of the States, or?
Just in Rhode Island, in middle school, I went to 6th and half and 7th grade in Nathan Bishop. Shout out Prov. Yeah, I got family there too.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, I went to Nathan Bishop, and then elementary school, I went to McHugh in Holyoke, kindergarten through 2nd grade. Yeah,
They got rid of it.
yeah, I seen that.
Home or something.
Remember, Magnet's not there either.
Magnet ain't there. either.
Magnet's not there either.
That's a CVS.
Yes, but it only went K through 2.
Yeah.
So and then I had to go to Donahue in 3rd grade.
I remember Donahue.
Yeah, I went to Donahue 3rd grade. Then 4th grade, I went to D-Berry in Springfield.
Yep.
And then I went, 4th, that was 4th and half of 5th. And then on the 6th grade, went to Rhode Island, came back. I finished middle school in Peck.
Yep.
I finished 7th grade in Peck. And then...
Peck.
Yeah.
Shout out to Peck Middle School, man.
Yeah, I went to Peck.
Peck Middle School.
And then...
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, 6th and 7th. Yeah.
Where?
Oh, shit.
8th grade, I went to Kennedy in Springfield.
In Springfield, yeah.
Yeah, and then I spent the 4 years in Putnam.
Putnam.
Yeah.
Putnam Beavers.
Yeah.
Blue and gold.
Yeah, that shit was fire, man. Yeah. So now we here for multiple reasons. You're multi-talented, and you family. So we want to break this down from the timeline. I know you do multiple things, but let's stick to the music for right now. You know what I mean? When you get in love? When you fell in love with hip hop or music per se?
Yeah, I can tell you. I remember the exact moment I fell in love with hip hop. My cousin Hector was living in South Holyoke, and what was it? All About the Benjamin video just dropped that night. And I was having, I was doing some family issues and stuff, and he brought me upstairs to escape that, and he sat me down, and he just said, "Here, listen to this," and he hit play. He said, "Watch this," and it was just from there. I was just fascinated.
Right.
Mace. I seen Mace, and I wanted to be like Mace. I was like, yo, this guy's smooth. He's flashy. His wordplay, I didn't know what was going on. I just felt like,
That vibe, that good vibe.
oh man, music. And I just, I stuck with
that
it.
Feels So Good
Yeah.
song. Yeah.
I started writing though when I was 11 or 12. I wrote my first verse to a Mace beat. Why you over there looking at me?
You had the CD instrumental?
I had the CD and it had the single and it had the instrumental on it. And I used the instrumental and I remember rapping it for my mom and her friends in my kitchen.
Yeah.
I want to be a rapper.
That's how it started.
And then rapping it outside on my porch. This was in Rhode Island when I was in Rhode Island. I started, rapping it outside on my porch. I got all the kids from the neighborhood to come out, and I was just on my porch on top, just rapping.
The
second floor balcony, yo, I read this.
But then it kind of I like just not forgot about it, but I just pushed it aside because we're moving around so much and stuff. So I was just like living life as a kid until I got to Putnam on Mill Street. No, I got to Mill Street, moved down Mill Street. That's when I met Ricky and them.
R.I.P. Ox.
R.I.P. Ricky.
Yeah, Rick Dog, for sure.
Yeah, man.
He's a cool dude.
Yeah, he was. That was big bro right there.
Yeah. That loyalty for sure.
Yeah, definitely. That's where I learned a lot of my street knowledge was from them.
Mm-hmm.
He taught me how to maneuver. And you know what I'm saying? That was big bro.
Mm-hmm.
That was bro.
Mm-hmm. That's what it is.
Yep.
True word.
But yeah, and then I don't know, I just started like rap battling the kids in my building on Mill Street, and that's when I went to Putnam. That's when I met you again. Like we like stopped after Cottage Street. I didn't see you for.
I didn't see it for like a good 7 years or 10 years.
Yeah, until I went to Putnam. I didn't know y'all were making music either, though. Like I remember I was sitting on the lunch table, and you like came up and you put your hand on my shoulder. I was like, yo, what the fuck? Seeing you, yeah. And then it kind of just like seeing you and like Hav and Jose, shout out
the twins.
Yeah, seeing y'all perform and shit got me back into it, and I was like, yeah, I want to do this. Like, I remember being like 13, like, yeah, I want to make music, I want to record, I want to make songs.
Yeah.
That's about right that time, yeah, because I think that's like maybe in 03 or 02, 03. We did our collab.
Yeah, it was
recording wise.
The first song I heard from you was from y'all. I think it was Damn Girl.
Damn Girl, our group efforts. Yeah, the early RZX. It was like group efforts, a 3-man shit, classics. You know, A60, shout out to A60, Big Red. You know, Deck Danger, JP, everybody. Mulatto Mafia, beat down everybody.
Yep.
That's legendary.
That was cool. Yeah, yep. But
that's around the time like the band and everything was.
Yeah, making the band, because
right?
we rapped on that beat too. Yeah. We swore we were making the band.
Where we recorded? Your crib or in the basement?
My first song I ever recorded was in your basement.
In the basement?
Yeah, it was in your basement. Yup. I remember that. I remember taking the bus to your house.
The bus from FP, huh?
Yeah, from FP, recording, and then like I remember you burning the MP3, and I'm just on my way back home. It was mad late. I was like 13, 14, like mad late taking the bus by myself from State Street all the way to FP.
Youngins were taking,
Yo.
Some shit.
Yeah. And I remember just walking, show my mom when I got home and stuff. She was just like, that's nice.
Go take a shower. Go to
that's nice. I think she just wanted to make sure I was like serious about it.
Right, of course.
And you know what I'm saying? Make sure like you're gonna dedicate to this, you gotta dedicate to this. Like,
right. Absolutely.
You know, so I remember showing my pops, and then he's like, "Oh, you want rap?" Pulls out like a crate of like bags of like cassette tapes and CDs of like Nas and Pete Rock, CL Smooth, EPMD.
CL Smooth, right?
He's like, "You gotta study if you want to do this."
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the rest is history. So,
right. Yeah, you had that boom bap style. You know, when I first met you, legit hip hop, which was great because I was branching off from my group efforts to do more collab efforts, you know, initially to turn into label efforts and all that extra shit, you know what I mean? And it's crazy how life is, right? We call each other family, and then we are like family.
We are family, yeah. I always say that. It was great. I call your uncles already, like.
Yeah. Salute to them.
Yeah.
God bless.
Salute to the
celebrate life.
Fam.
You know what I mean? Putnam days, bro, we were running shit. You know, pep rallies.
Every pep rally.
Pep rally, it'd be me and City or, you know, someone else that's in the team. We're always displaying our art and our true passions or whatever it is as we were as youngins. You know what I mean? Just going through life. You know what I mean?
For real.
You were
CDs.
always, selling CDs. Were at that time frame, were you messing with the camera in that time frame? Probably like a year later.
Disposable camera, I was, because my mom always had disposable cameras around. And that was like a gift she would give us to like make memories, and she'd be like here, just take pictures. You know?
We got to rephrase what a disposable camera is. For some viewers might not know.
Oh my God.
Anymore.
Yo, disposable cameras, they're so expensive now too.
Right.
They're
so expensive now too. I remember back in the day you could get one for like $8. Now they're like $32 almost.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But you had to take the pictures, and then when it was done, you brought it to like a CVS or Walgreens,
Or
and they
Brooks Pharmacy in
Yeah,
Holyoke.
Brooks
you know what I'm saying?
Pharmacy.
Brooks Pharmacy.
Remember that? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you get them developed and
Develop
stuff.
them, yep.
Yeah, that's why I started like my love for pictures, but I never really thought about at first like the beginning. I never thought about the camera like
Yeah.
that. It wasn't like my main focus.
Right. Right.
Like I always pictured in my head, everything was always a movie scene to me. So it's like that's how I see things, anyways. Until I met Darko when he had his camera.
Shout
And
out
that's-
Darko, yeah.
Yeah, shout out
He's
Darko.
artistic with it.
And that's what started really getting me into like, you know what? Maybe I should try.
Yeah.
Maybe I should try to shoot videos. Maybe I should try to take pictures.
You always
Like,
had the vision for it.
yeah.
He shot early works of our videos too.
Yeah.
A lot of the vlogs.
And editing. What were you editing on?
My Windows Movie Maker.
Movie Maker.
Windows
Windows
Yeah,
Movie Maker.
that it would crash every 10 minutes. So I had to try to be fast and do it real quick before it crashed because my computer wasn't.
Right.
I would use the E-machine.
That was before SSD
Wow.
cards
Mhm.
were.
Yeah, it was like a
you know?
little, you got to plug it in. Little digital cameras and stuff.
man.
Yeah.
Crazy. Crazy day. Crazy times.
Right? And
How
think
times
about
have
it. But I
changed,
think about it now, like if we had cameras back then.
Oh, bro. If everything was documented when we were younger, bro.
It sort of was, but
It
It
like,
was, and it was
years ago.
mainly his stuff that he recorded us. Okay,
yeah.
He got a couple channels: L CitySun.
I always try to separate the work to keep it organized, even if it's just for me to go back and look at and maybe get even inspiration from the way I shot something
Yeah,
or the way when we shot Early Bird.
Early Bird. Yeah,
There's a frame in that video that's one of my absolute favorites.
what, near the train area, looking
Not-
up the street or something.
Looking up the street,
Yeah.
the hill, and you can see like the Holyoke.
It looked like an old school cartoon thing. Like,
Yeah,
when the
and
credits or
that's
something.
always been my favorite shot.
Yeah,
like,
I like that too.
favorite frame. I remember Mar. Shout out Mar, big bro.
Yo.
He would always like coach me on that too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, make sure you holding the camera steady.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
hold
Mar-
this.
Mar was
yeah,
always
so
on point.
I always
Always been like
I always
that.
had help from people around me
Yeah,
that would teach me stuff, and I'll just absorb it.
that's what life is, man. You need to be around people, you know, to be uplifted and be influenced from one another.
A lot of things you say like multi-talented. I say I'm just a student.
That's
Because
the-
honestly, I just like learn. I feel like learning is one thing that nobody could ever take from you,
yeah,
regardless if you in a cell.
only yourself. You can take it away.
Only you could take it away.
Yeah.
Yeah, you and that's ultimate power right there. Just to learn your ability to just absorb and learn and continue to grow.
Right.
And we all just trying to be the best versions of ourselves. So
Yeah, daily with it.
yes, sir.
So how important would you say it is to draw inspiration from yourself? Because you said right there, sometimes you go back to your old shots and see. I feel like that's undermined, the importance of that.
I think it's really important because you learn from, I could have shot it this way, I could have shot it that way. I have the opportunity to actually shoot it that way. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's real important to go back to your early work sometimes, even if it's just to absorb it again, see how far you've came.
Not necessarily just compare
kinda-
all the time.
Yeah, because sometimes, honestly,
reminisce.
it happens to everybody. You kind of lose hunger sometimes, or you
Yeah.
get a little bit
No,
it's time
unmotivated.
periods,
You know what I'm saying? You got those seasons in your life that you feeling. You go back,
Always go back to the roots.
you feel that hunger again.
No,
That's why I say it's important because you need that hunger. You always need to be hungry.
no, definitely at all times.
Do you do that with your songs too?
With music too, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. Every time I'm going to write, I'll always have like a 10, 15 minute session of just old stuff. I'll go through it. I'll watch performances that we had, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll read old notebooks. Like
You still got some?
I do.
Yeah?
I do, yeah.
Nostalgic.
Actually,
Like-
Man, shout out Man, my cousin Man.
Hey, yo, man.
He was on FaceTime with me the other day, and he's like, yo, I got one of your old notebooks. What you talking about? It said 2009 on it. And it was just old verses, the whole thing. And I'm like, yo,
Oh,
that's going to be worth money, bro. You better publish that one day.
That's crazy. That's like about 15 years ago.
Yeah, 09.
14,
That's
15
crazy.
years ago. 09. I remember that clearly, too, for me, my music. I'm talking low, but I'm just, like, reminiscing. That's beauty, man.
You picture it, right? It's just
Huh?
how life is. Like,
Yeah. So HighFiveFlicks, is your business.
Yep.
Now, because now you lately in these days, you know, the past few years, you've been running a business called HighFiveFlicks.
Mm-hmm.
Want to elaborate on, you know, what's that about and what you got going with that?
Yeah.
How it came about.
Yeah. I mean, it's, you know what? It's always been about, like, I had an Instagram since 2013, and I named it HighFiveFlicks. This is when I would go travel places. I would take pictures, just like landscapes or like things that I thought looked cool, graffiti.
Right.
Maybe
Yeah.
I see a sticker on a door, and I'll just shoot and just post and post and post. When I moved down to Florida, I got a chance to get a camera finally, and I was just like, you know what? I got to do something with this. Like, why? You know what I'm saying? I have the means and stuff, so I just decided. I shot a wedding,
Oh, yeah?
like a friend's wedding. Yeah, he was like, take the camera, go ahead, shoot.
Were you nervous?
I was real nervous.
Well, that's
Shooting
like
weddings
something
is
big.
like,
Yeah.
It was my first moment where I said, I can do this.
You can do it, yeah, for
I
sure.
can do this. Everybody was seeing my pictures as I'm taking them. I edited them for them. And it just turned into one thing, and people started booking with me.
Right.
So I was like, damn, now I need a name.
Right.
And I remember I had HighFiveFlicks Instagram that already had like 1,200 followers.
Fire.
Yeah, like already, like off rip. So I was just like, I took it, I did the LLC on it, and I just started booking.
Yeah.
And it was just like a love, a passion. I just decided just to keep learning. I went to the skate parks, and I would be in the skate parks all
Down south?
Down south, all day. I'd be in the skate park, shooting. Hey, can I take some of your pictures? Shooting. That led to people just hitting me up.
Getting some clientele, yeah.
Yeah, I started building clientele, and my thing was I didn't want to charge a lot for pictures because I was doing it for the love,
Yeah.
which is why it's high five.
Yeah.
Like I always said, it was like cheesy, but it was like cool because it was my own slogan. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
like
that's hard.
Like a picture's worth. You know they say a picture's worth 1,000 words.
Right.
I'll be like picture's worth like a high five. Like I see it, like yo, that's hard. Boom, high five.
That's hard.
And it just clicked like high five
Yeah.
flicks.
Dope.
Yeah, it's-
I like that slogan, though.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, we got the that was more recent. That when everybody started saying like no cap, no cap, no cap, I'm like cap, capture. We don't cap, we capture.
Yeah, that's hard.
That's exactly what we do.
That's what
I try to
I love
capture
that
moments
shit.
for
That's one of my
people.
favorite
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have that merch, right?
I do have the merch. Yeah, I'm gonna start putting more merch out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
On the
got the
IG
High Five
handle,
Flicks.
in the description, there'll be, you know what I mean, all his info of where you want to get merch and anything.
Yeah.
Of that nature, pictures.
Yeah, anywhere on social is just HighFiveFlicks. Just any social, just Google it. It'll pop up.
So you've been doing
It's like
pictures, and shout out to you, cause much blessings, cause you did the last 2, 3, 4 type single in total from over here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The No Love Matt and Gift, Not a 92 cover.
Yep.
Hard. You know, you did
Looks, I appreciate
ReZerXtion
that.
Day 2,
Yeah.
that project compilation, hard. And you did our photo for that, like hard. The Carving Waves playlist, that was hard. You know what I mean? Like,
Nah, I appreciate that.
so salute to you.
Salute to y'all always. You know what I'm saying? That's just
Yeah.
He also did the Charlie Clips one.
Oh yeah, and I was gonna say that.
Yep.
Yeah, Gift and Charlie Clips. Look out for that.
Yeah.
That's a banger
actually
for sure.
My girl helped me with that one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dope. Shout out to your lady.
Shout
too.
out. That's some official shit coming from Elite Connect LLC. Also, you could check out Elite Connect LLC IG handles for the time being. You know, website coming soon.
Yes,
but,
sir.
but peep that.
Different
Yo, the
colors,
orange
you know
looks
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
fire,
Orange
bro.
is
Got all
crazy.
colors.
That's that cream.
That fall, yeah.
Yeah, decided to switch it up today.
I respect that. That's dope. That's dope.
So, do you do videos with your camera, or you're talking earlier that you're getting a camera? You have another cameras for
Yeah,
videos?
I have a goal in mind to start mastering videos because videography is definitely a monster of its own.
Right.
Yeah,
Like,
for
I
sure.
can shoot 1,000 pictures, but if you don't get that right angle for a video, it's totally different. You know what I'm saying? It's different from shooting even like frame rates and your aperture and all of that. So it's a process to learn it.
Yeah.
But I've been doing it, you know, like you said, I've shot a lot
Years.
of our early videos.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I just feel like it's time to, you know, invest in that too. To start so I can start doing videos as well for that. Put that under the HighFiveFlicks. So if you need a video, you know what I'm saying?
Lock in.
Hit me up, lock in. lock in with me. You need to shoot, lock in with me. Like,
Shit.
Yeah, because you got
you need a verse, lock in with
If
me.
you need anything, lock in with the city, son.
One stop
Yeah,
shop.
cover art too.
Yo.
That's the other thing, the graphic design. I never really thought about putting it under HighFiveFlicks for like cover art and stuff. That was like one of my hobbies. Like
Yeah,
I
we did
enjoy
in shop.
doing it.
Yeah, we
I don't
did
know.
in
It's just
shop,
like,
bro.
Yeah, all our early days,
Graphic
yeah.
arts, bro.
I mean, I did all our Hell's Here covers too.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like all our covers is either from you or from me or like Mar.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we made it. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, just
you know,
made it happen, bro.
I always been on it. The graphic arts thing was always like I don't know. I just enjoy it a lot.
There was a time period on music, cause like I go by Zen Rem right now, but I know people change their names. But what was your first music artist name, and like the names going? You mean on
All the
years? You got
AKAs?
quite-
What is it? Yeah, I had a
AKAs.
lot, right?
Yeah.
I had a lot. I think, I mean, I used to just say like Milk Dog, because like my dad, I remember seeing the name tagged on a light pole in the
Yeah,
flats.
graffiti?
Yeah, in flats on North Summer. I remember seeing Milk Dog on there. So I used to say Milk Dog, Lil Milk. And until I got to Mill Street, I started Casual, then Casual Tunes. I don't know, just the little nicknames I had around, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but then CitySun was one that really stuck, that
Yeah,
still
CitySun.
sticks to this day. Besides that, I know when I left Mass, I put Left MA,
Listen, man. Yeah.
which was like another side, like an alter ego kind of.
Yeah.
That I was gonna try to. I was really what I was gonna do was start releasing music without my face on it, and like change up the tones so it doesn't sound like me.
Was the approach different on the Left MA
Yeah,
music?
yeah. Oh, I tried to be as different as possible. It was more effects on my voices, and I was just messing with a lot of like just the layers and melodies and trying to just change up the whole thing, because Florida had such a different sound.
Yeah.
Like you could tell you a rapper from the East Coast. You know what I'm saying? You go down there, they like already know you're from New York. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nah.
From New York? No, we from Mass.
Yeah,
About-
from man. Oh, you from Boston? Nah, I'm from Springfield.
Springfield,
Like,
the opposite
Holyoke,
side.
like,
It'll always be that, right? Every time we out. You from
Western
Beantown?
Mass.
yeah, but
Springfield, man. Holyoke.
Yeah.
Casual tunes.
Springfield, what? Springfield, where the Simpsons are from? No.
The Simpsons.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Now there's like
sometime,
3
like,
Springfields, right? 3, 4.
Springfield, Missouri,
Illinois.
Illinois.
Which one is the Simpsons from? They said they had
I think
a.
it's Illinois.
that was
Really?
that was a thing. I remember it was like a contest, like
To guess which.
to guess what Springfield it was, and
Yeah.
that's the Springfield. But I think one of the original creators was from West Springfield.
From West Springfield?
hmm I think he was from West Springfield.
You think he knew Dr. Seuss? Dr. Seuss is from out here. You know what I
That'd be a
mean?
legendary
Probably
collab.
Huh?
That'd be a legendary collab right there.
That's the first rhyme master I got acquainted with, you know what I mean? Dr.
Dr.
Seuss.
Seuss.
Most people probably, honestly.
Dr. Seuss, Will Smith, Mace.
Mace, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Will Smith was big too. I remember I knew
Man in
every.
Black.
I remember being at the YMCA and having to do the Wild Wild West dance in the YMCA in Holyoke.
Yeah.
Like, oh man.
YMCA. There was
Yeah.
time periods you went to YMCA and Boys and Girls Club?
And
No?
Boys and Girls Club too. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was time periods we went together that we were there at the same time. Where like, I remember there was a kid, Mariano, and he knew every DMX song. He knew every DMX lyric. And I'd just be like, rap it, rap. And he'd just go in and he'll start doing it. As it was cool.
Rough Riders were ringing in Holyoke, especially the Rough Riders music. DMX for sure.
Yeah, DMX was
DMX,
definitely,
for sure.
yeah. Somebody I listened to a lot of DMX growing up too.
Yeah.
A lot of South music though. Outkast.
Okay.
Out big on like even like Ludacris.
Yo, on Outkast, who you like more, 3K or Big Boy?
3K definitely.
Why?
His wordplay is just something about his cadence and how smooth he spits the words. Like
Do you not hear Big Boy though?
I'm not taking nothing from Big Boy though. I don't take nothing
Boy,
from Big Boy.
Big Boy's fine,
I
too.
just was drawn more towards Andre 3 Stacks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe when I
Yeah,
got
yeah.
older, I listened to Big Boy more and was
Yeah.
like, oh damn, I slept on him.
Yeah.
But like Andre 3 Stacks he's
Shout
always
out to
been
him.
the one. You know
Shout
what I'm
out,
saying?
And
It's-
Ludacris too.
Luda
that's
too. Luda.
official.
People forget how good Luda is. Like
They're crazy if they do.
He's an actor. Isn't that the Fast and Furious guy?
That's the youngins. The youngins talking.
I remember
that,
listening to Ludacris a lot because you listen to Ludacris a lot.
Chicken and beer, bro.
Blueberry Yum Yum.
Blueberry Yum Yum. Oh, that's that Red Light District or something like that.
Yeah.
Shout out to Luda.
Yeah, shout Luda.
We'll get a record in the future. You know what I mean? Nah, for real, right? Yo, in the beginning of the new millennium, we started doing, like, being out in the streets.
Yeah.
Hanging out, you know, we're kids, but like you said, you're a young 13 taking the bus from one side of Springfield to the other, hanging out to the late evenings.
Yeah.
I can't even picture a 13-year-old doing that right now.
I'm not gonna have my 14-year-old daughter do that shit. Or
No,
my 11-year-old daughter.
It's crazy, like the way how it was like free parenting. We were like free range.
We didn't even have no cell phones, man.
No, we didn't have cell phones. It was like
there was house phones,
house
pay
phones.
phones.
Yo, I'm leaving right now. I should be there in like an hour.
Broken half the
A
time.
few.
They're like they fucking pulled.
Or
the,
if I didn't catch the bus, I'd have to walk from State Street all the way to
walk, man.
Commonwealth.
I
walk everywhere. Yo,
wasn't it? If you didn't catch the 11 o'clock bus,
that was it. Yeah, that was it.
You gotta walk.
And you know what's crazy? That being at that age, I only knew the bus routes, right? So I didn't know, like, from State Street, I could have cut through 16 acres and got to, go down Belmont that way and get to Commonwealth that way.
I wouldn't have known that either. I would have went straight to the station and then back up.
So I would walk all the way down State Street and then all the way Main Street all the way up.
Up to Belmont type shit.
I remember getting in trouble one time. It was one of the shows we did in the North End. And my mom didn't want me staying out. Sorry, Mom. I got
I remember this.
Remember that? So she calls me. I'm going to put you on blast.
But where we performing? CT or?
No, we were performing on Main Street in Springfield. They had the Puerto Rican festival there. It was like a little festival. Remember, we had with the state your name, player.
That day.
Remember the belts with the...
That video will be in the description too.
Yeah. The belts that the kids had in the audience that was saying ReZerXtion going across it. Yeah, it was like an LED belt.
Yeah, bro, back then.
That like went across.
That's like 05.
It started first with like studded names first.
Oh yeah, the belt
say
buckles.
A name, you could get your name customized and whatever, you know what I'm saying? But then they updated that shit to like a screen, bro.
It was like
you
an
could
LED,
program whatever you wanted that shit to say.
So you guys were walking around with it saying ReZerXtion?
No, it was other people
had that shit.
There was a crowd.
A crowd and people had that shit on.
Yeah, for real.
What the fuck?
That's crazy.
Back then,
yeah.
We were running shit as youngins.
So you didn't have a choice but to be out late.
Any chance we had, we would perform anywhere, bro.
Any chance we'll go anywhere.
Yeah, no, but I remember getting back. I remember something happened that night. We were like in the corner after that video.
Yep.
Something popped off. Shots or something. We in the corner. They told us to get out the corner. We're not from there. I don't know. It's not
we don't
crazy
remember that,
but you know what I'm saying?
Everybody ended up going home.
It happened. But I remember going back to Rem's house in his basement and my mom calling like, "You're not supposed to be out. Oh, you want to be out? You know what? Walk home. Walk home." It's like midnight. I'm like 13, 14. I'm just like I'm almost crying because I didn't. Rem's like, "Bro, you're already in trouble anyways. You might as well just wait till morning."
Right.
Like, how much more trouble can you get into?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Especially if something was to happen to you while you were walking.
Yeah, he's like, how much more trouble? So I remember just sleeping and then just walking that long ass walk in the morning. It's just like, all right, I'm gone. Took me like 2.5 hours to get home.
It'll be
no Uber.
Like 2.5 hours to get home.
Taxis took forever if you call. And then you had to be a certain age.
You gotta be a certain age for a taxi too, man.
So you couldn't even call a taxi.
73999.
There was no lifts. None of that shit.
Nothing, bro.
It was, okay, where we're gonna meet at what time? All right, bet. And you'd have to be there at that time, bro. You couldn't call them or text in between, be like, yo, I'm gonna be a little late. So it was,
I got some miles on my feet. These are like a 05 Honda Accord.
Facts.
Got high mileage. They changed the clutch. They changed the clutch, so it's still good. It's brand new.
Engine swap. You know what I'm saying?
We're due for an oil change, but it still runs.
That's the generation. Our generation learned to get somewhere. However,
you got to do it. What you got to do.
You had to learn responsibility very young, bro.
For real, man.
You know what I'm saying? And me, I had a kid at a real young age, so
early.
So I had to grow up.
You had a kid early, kid.
Yeah, I was 14.
Yep.
He was 14 for the baby. God bless.
God bless, right?
Yeah, you were there.
I was there the whole process too.
Yo, you were there the whole process. Yeah.
Salute to baby boy. You got two of them, right?
Yep.
God bless.
Yeah, Jason Evan.
Yep. God bless.
Salute Jadis and
Oh,
Evan.
yep.
God bless y'all.
I sacrificed a lot for them, and that's a lot of the reason why I stood so focused on doing stuff and just kept building stuff, because I still want to leave something for them behind.
Of course.
Regardless if it's HighFiveFlicks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or a catalog that they could profit off of.
So, I do want to know, for your first project per se when it comes to the music, was it a single effort? Was it a group effort?
Like first time I recorded, or first time I put out a project in
First
general?
time you recorded, and then we'll go to
First time I recorded was ReMM. With ReMM. It was a song with him.
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
Yeah, that first one.
It was the first song I ever recorded. He was teaching me the layout of the verses and how to record it and put it down. I was watching him engineer it. Yeah, that was the first time, so it was just me and him.
What was that process like, watching someone for the first time?
It was confusing. It was a little bit scary. At the same time, it was mad exciting, because I'm like, yo, I'm going to be able to create so much now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like just
hearing your voice.
Yeah, hearing your voice and hearing the completed, like, I know what went into making the record, and then hearing it completed was so amazing to me. I was just like, this is...
You know what? You saying that is reminding me of, like, the engineering tip that I was on, because we recorded our music. I had to take that role as an engineering tip. But, like, I had to learn your vocals. But you also got into engineering quickly right after that.
Yeah. Yep.
Right? That was, like, that's made sure all of us got into something. That was something.
So I would watch him do it, and then I'd go home and I would try it myself.
Cool
I started
Pro.
making, Cool Edit Pro. I became so nice at Cool Edit Pro.
Yeah.
Just strictly off watching how ReMM would do it.
And we're
Just
doing
watching,
it off the ear.
Yeah, off the ear. Listen to ear. Pan. Okay, we got to pan this way. Pan this
There was
vocal
no
this
pro
way.
games or
It was like,
classes back then.
yeah, no, it was.
In our city,
It was trial and error. Trial and error. Okay, this sounds okay. Maybe we can. Then we started learning all the other things to take the air out.
Science
and
behind
the
it
science
afterwards.
behind it. Yeah. And then by the time I got to a point where I was real comfortable in engineering myself, I started like, I always would like kind of branched off of RZX. I always had like a group
Something going
that
on.
I always had. Yeah, that I started
Family
like,
business.
yeah, I had
EMT.
family business came like after like GS, the click.
After GS the click.
Yeah, family business. Shout out Man, shout out Squeeze. Those
Man,
blood
Squeeze,
cousins,
salute.
bro.
Hey, man, he's on the ReZerXtion Day 2
Yeah,
compilation. Go check those tracks out. Team Shine and Quell Man. So you know what I mean?
Yeah, so we had the vocalists. They were already making music. They had just moved back from Texas, and they found out I was making music, and I was already learning from the engineering tips. So I'm like, let me just try something.
Catalog.
I got a vocalist. I got like my other cousin rappers.
So,
And we just put it together, and I think we put out, as family business, I put out one solid project, like a solid like
that's under that name.
under family business, yeah,
That's
like
hard.
solid. And then me and my cousin Man dropped the experiment. I always try to
That was
drop.
fire.
I always try to drop yearly.
Yearly. That's what I was saying the other day to somebody.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what, when I started recording music, since 2000, there's been something released into the universe.
Yep. I always try to drop yearly.
That was what you told me the first time that we talked about, like putting music out and putting something together, that you always put something out at least once a year.
Yeah.
And I also want to go to the scared feeling, because I understand that when you're sitting there after you've done your part, you've recorded, you're like, okay, it's done now. And then you realize, like, it's just getting started. Like, all you did was lay the vocals down. Like, you have a lot more to go. And then when you don't know what you're looking at and you're sitting there watching someone do it, it's like, whoa.
It's
like, for me to sound good, like, it takes a lot of work.
That's another level, too, when you're just, like, learning that and going through that process and then joining the stage with someone and performing.
It was the performing. We get into performing, because I got to say it. Like, I performed with him so many times that we would just
stage stomped.
We would go back and forth. Like I think we watched Fade to Black before most of our performances.
Yeah,
that's something I always remember.
Yeah,
because like the way Jay-Z and Memphis Bleak were together. That's I always try to
Jay-Z
be like,
and Memphis.
And I was proud of that. Like I don't know if I ever told you that. But I was always proud to be like your hype man and shit. Like to get on stage with you and stuff. Like it was always like such a dope ass feeling, like just to be.
You had the energy, man. You delivered. The presence and everything was already there. Well, what attracted me to you, it was like your unique sound of like the way you deliver your bars. And like he's punching in like this, like.
Yeah, I'm bobbing and weaving.
I'm like, what?
I always.
It was always hard. I admired that. You know what I mean?
I still listen back and I'm like, how did I do that? Like, how did I rap like that? Like, it's just like the cadence.
Well, you had the element of like the early hip hop.
That's what it was,
saying.
yeah.
Because for me, I was on like radio, hip hop, commercial songs. That was like my lane. I'm gonna go. So like after rap with you, you're coming with like street shit because you were in it as a youngin'. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I grew up in that environment, and I was listening to just hood shit. I was just seeing hood stuff. So that's just the cadence.
He talked about life at a young age. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I felt like I knew life at a young age. Not like, I mean, at that age, I did feel like I knew everything, but I know I didn't. But I you know what it was? I felt pain at a young age, and that pain was what really helped me shape my music,
the artistry.
Yeah, yeah.
So when it got to the point of making your first solo project, just you.
Yep.
Was that the direction you took, or did you take a different one?
That was the direction I took.
Yeah.
Jukebox Rock was my first solo.
Jukebox Rock.
I remember my first song on that album, that mix tape had Marty on it. He was on my first track. I always remember that. And then it went into Flashlights with AR. And then these are 3 songs that I feel like shaped me into the artist that I was like, oh, I could do this.
On that, yeah.
That I could rap. And Process of Elimination.
Process of Elimination, that's the hardest one there.
Yeah, and that was like my hardest track. And I was like, yeah, nobody.
It's like 07, huh?
Yeah. It took a long time for me to get comfortable.
What about those songs was it that made you feel like this is it? Was it that they sounded established, or was it that you felt that way now?
They sounded established, and the fact, like my bars I was spitting, it made sense. Like just the start of Process of Elimination was, again, like everything that was happening in high school with other groups and stuff, but like just like the first bars, like y'all don't rap, y'all ballet. And like just starting it like that, you know what I'm saying? Like RZX governor, #1 votes on the ballots, dudes talk, get filleted. You know, like stuff like that. Yeah. Fried kid if he feeling brave, punish him if he misbehave. Just rapping like that gave me so much energy that I was just like, yo, I want to just keep doing it like this.
Yeah.
That adrenaline rush.
Yeah, it was like a crazy adrenaline rush. It still is. It really still is, bro.
So from there to now, because my understanding of CitySun is verses like on Prophecy with me and Gift. So how would you say that those songs right there made you into what we have today with like the Red Mike series and with We Are Not the Same? Well, did anything change, if anything at all? And if so, what changed?
I mean, it's the rap of it stood the same, I think. Those are the songs how you were talking about earlier about if I go back for inspiration, I'm listening to Process of Elimination. Yeah. I'm listening to those songs, Jukebox Rocks and Flashlights, and you know what I'm saying? And that puts me in a mindset to that's how I want it. We Are Not the Same was more experimental, because sometimes I do like the experimental vibe of sounding different.
I noticed that right away when I heard how it started. I was like, oh, I know where this is going.
You know what I'm saying? Like it just the melodies and the vocal layering and just trying to learn that it keeps me.
What gave you that comfortability to do that?
Trial and error, pretty much. You gotta be confident with yourself. I got to a point as an artist that is like, I'm doing this for me. Yeah. Like you're not gonna listen to it, you're not gonna listen to it. It's not gonna bother me.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
I learned how to take like criticism at a young age. Yeah. That right now, if somebody critiques me, is like I respect that.
Cool, I appreciate it.
It's not for you.
I don't respect it. I mean, but I allow people, but for real, but I allow people
No, I get it, yeah.
critique.
But it's like,
but I didn't ask you to critique.
I didn't ask you, but like,
not that I respect it, but you could do it.
What I'm still saying though is I'm still gonna do it.
Yeah.
Hey, you can feel how you feel.
You hold value in what you're creating either way.
Absolutely.
So if you like it, cool, because I value this, and you're lucky to hear it because I value this, and you're lucky your ears got to hear it.
Most of the times I'm making music is if I go through something in my life
Sweet.
You know what I'm saying? It's like
Ups and downs. Yeah,
yeah,
it works.
it's like markers
Yeah.
that measure where I was at in life. Like I could listen to a song from 2003 and remember exactly what I was going through.
How that happened.
Yeah. Yep. People do tattoos sometimes when they get through something. I make music.
Yeah. Timestamp
That's
forever.
basically what it is. Yeah, it's a timestamp.
You did graffiti a little bit too, right?
Yeah. I still do graffiti a
Yeah,
little
that's
bit. That's it comes along with just an artist. I just try to be like a well-rounded artist. I feel like
Yeah.
immersing myself in that culture, like the 5 elements. You know what I'm saying? Breakdancing, graffiti, DJing, MCing.
Helps you bring it
It
all.
helps bring that because that's basically what bred me to be the artist I
Man,
am.
you were MCing, we were MCing. That's the master of the ceremony, to be precise.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But we were doing that early, dog. And it's crazy because we had fools in our age bracket try to test us. We were talking about it earlier, but there was fools trying to test us. You know what I mean? I'll speak on it light, just a flat line, but you know what I mean? High school days, it was fun. You know, groups battling.
Yeah, nah, it
Just
was
you know,
Kids being kids.
I felt like it sharpened my skills a lot too.
yeah.
Like hearing somebody.
You're getting tested.
Hearing
Hearing
somebody-
wax talking
yeah.
crazy about you.
Yeah.
And trying to promote that shit and downplay your character.
It-
What we do, we make CDs, singles, and sell them
And
shits.
sell them with them on it. And it's crazy because it showed me who I was as a person. Because I could have coiled back and been intimidated by it.
And let them say whatever.
But yeah, I stood on my ground. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I was saying, like I made the diss track and I'll hand it to him. I hand it to the person. Like, yo, it wasn't no sub dissing. It was more,
You got mad.
yo, this for you. That's for you. Listen to it. Hope you enjoy it.
Yeah.
So would you say those moments, and this can go for all of you guys, would you say those moments reinforced your feelings as an MC? Like, wow, I can do this? When you're making those songs and you feel like, yeah, I just burnt them.
That, yeah, because I didn't appreciate someone with hate. Like, what do you mean you don't like me? I don't even know you. What do you mean you don't like me? And you, as a kid, like, you want people to like you, even if they don't know you. But, you know, you're good at music, so what we do, annihilate whoever the fuck on the music. And it wasn't just, like, saying your name. We're, like, doing actual records, aside from, like, kicking dust at people who are, you know, trying to stain us, like, whatever. We got this. We're performing in different towns.
Yeah.
Right? We're youngins performing in different
Yeah.
towns. It was like,
Wasn't even old enough to get in some of the places.
a lot of the places we
Yo, a lot of places
old
had
enough.
to stay outside until they called us to come in.
Yep.
Wow.
Because we weren't of age.
Of age, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we stage stomp either way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Crazy.
It was a sword sharpened sword kind of thing, you know what I'm saying? It's like we all had our own skill set, and when we came together, it was just, we were unstoppable.
We
couldn't-
freestyled. We did the
Yeah.
battle rap on wax. We did the battle in the ciphers. We did the ciphers. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? All elements of hip hop. That's what, you know.
Would you say that, assuming that you wrote for the ciphers or the battles, would you say that you have to write differently or anything changes when you're writing for that compared to a song with a hook and a verse and all of those other
Back in those
things?
days, I don't know, like,
At that time, no, I felt.
for me, for
just
ciphers, you
all
have to
like
be
just-
off top. For me,
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Back
Yeah.
then.
anything I wrote, it had to be on like a record.
A record,
You know,
exactly.
but you could write stuff like a few bars and remember it.
Yeah.
And you mix
Right.
it in with the freestyle, and that'll come to the thing.
Oh, yeah, that was straight.
You have thoughts during the day. Like when I used to jump in, I'd be just thinking like, okay, I know there's gonna be a cipher at lunch. I know there's gonna be a battle at lunch.
Yeah.
Second period, I got 3 hours. Instead of classwork, I'm in there just going through like
a couple
writing
bars.
lines in my head, a couple
liners,
bars,
yeah.
even if it's just something to start with so I can base it off of.
Yeah, yeah.
I would just do that, and that way it was easier just to jump in.
To flow off.
Yep.
Yeah.
But really doing that was really sharpening my pen, and like my mind kept my mind sharp. Was battling. And
Gave you something always
Yeah,
to talk about
yeah.
for sure.
Yep, definitely.
I think it's interesting how it's changed though, because now like you kind of just expect an artist to have a written verse for a cipher or
Yeah,
a freestyle
yeah.
or something like that. Because even being a fan growing up, I'd watch and I'd expect it all to be off the top of the head. But then,
That's on TV.
yeah, and
They
then,
come prepared, and
and
that's
then
okay.
Programming kind of breaks down a little bit, the fourth wall as they call it, and you see behind the scenes.
yeah,
Yeah.
And you know they have a verse probably most of the time.
Yeah.
So I think that's interesting how that's changed. I think it's dope that you guys would go up there and just whatever you had, just go.
Yeah.
I think that's way cooler.
It's like you got like it's the you get that like fight or flight feeling.
Yeah.
I always remember the feeling because it's the same feeling.
It's challenges, it's musical challenges. Like what we say, brain exercise. You know, you could write, you could be nice at the write, but it's okay to like remove dust if you don't know how to freestyle. It's good to sharpen up. You know what I mean? Like just work on approach or work on like, you know, come up with a few finishers or liners. I mean,
and for those songs that you talk about going back to, can we find them anywhere? Can the public find them anywhere?
Man, listen, I might have Process of Elimination on YouTube. Maybe, but you know, with that piff when it went down,
it
took
took a page. I don't know. We said a few shows ago, and we always talk about it amongst our family. And we don't like that piff took away a page or two of our projects. Man, we had like more than 11 projects on that shit.
11.
Yeah, we're like 30 tracks on one, 22,
RZX
17.
Volume 1. You know what I'm saying?
1 through
volume
we had 1 through 5. We had
5 on there.
Two other tapes of that.
1 through 5 is crazy. Not just 1, not just 2. 1 through 5 is crazy.
That's 06 to 09.
Yeah, 1 through 5.
Free RZX 1 through 5.
1 through 5. It's somewhere on the cyber, you know, in the cyber world. It's somewhere.
It has to be on that piff somewhere. Somebody got that in a library stash on a server somewhere.
Definitely.
Probably locate that
in a CD
20.
burnt. You know what I'm saying?
CD burnt. Yeah, someone has it.
Somebody has to have it. I know. Like in my emails, like I comb through my emails sometimes.
Contact one of us if you do.
I do find.
Please.
I do find like old songs.
Yeah.
That like we would.
You go back to the early emails.
I go back to the early emails. Like
I was hanging out with Gift and
bro.
he found a few old songs the other day.
Bro, a bunch of old ones, That was crazy.
Ones that's not on SoundCloud?
Yeah.
That's hard.
A lot of beats we were sending each other.
Yeah.
To make this perfectly clear for the audience, I've sat here with all of them and I've listened to not hours, not minutes, not seconds, days and months worth of old RZX songs. We like a long time. I've been here for over 52 weekends straight. And every single one, there's at least an hour of old songs I've never heard before.
For real.
So their catalog is vast and never ending.
Yeah, it's infinite. Because you gotta understand, we do the group stuff, and then we have our single projects.
Exactly.
Or we have collabs with people.
Duo projects.
Duo projects. And me and Rem have 2 duo projects.
Out. Maybe, 2, and then like a whole bunch of like other collabs.
Like just collabs, So,
2, duo projects,
Yeah.
Dope.
That brings me to Man of Fire we could talk about, right? That just came out this year.
Man of Fire.
I think that's what it's called, right? With
Man on Fire.
Man on Fire.
Man on Fire.
Man on Fire, yeah.
With you and CitySun, that just came out.
That was a
this
record finalized in the year 2018. That right there is a gem.
Yep.
For real, because the beat was produced by one of my great homies, and he was in my team, Puerto Rock Regime, RZX affiliate, APOC the Beatsmith, Hector. RP, my bro. Love you, we miss you. But he made fire beats, and one of those beats we have from one of my great friends, Verse. Shout out to V3R5E.
Yeah, I just talked to him too recently.
How is he? He's great?
He's good. He's great.
Chilling?
Yeah, he's chilling.
He's chilling in Florida.
He's chilling. Yeah.
I gotta see you soon. We gotta link up. You already know. But he had that beat, that song. We had that beat since 05.
That's
2005.
true. Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
It took forever just to.
Yeah, V3, he had a beat tape of like a lot of beats from, you know, the late great APOC. And he was like one of the few, him and the mom probably had like his beats, like folders, you know what I mean? But that was one of the hot beats we had. And I lived with V3 for a few months, and we recorded that. And then he was in talks with City. City was out in Florida. He sent that joint to City.
Yep.
You recorded your verse over there, right?
Yeah. Took me like an hour. I did it in like an hour and I sent it back.
Yeah, I recorded that at Versus Studio. He had a studio set up.
I remember his studio set up.
Yeah, and we finalized that in 2018, and it wasn't released. It was held on to, but we're getting the ReZerXtion studio, and this label, everything back on running. So that Zen Rem Gems Volume 1, you could check that. Man on Fire is on there. That's a special one to us.
Yep.
We hold value. And like I said, any music material you hear from us is something we hold value. So appreciate that. You know what I mean? and we appreciate you back for your ears, you know, and taking time.
And your time.
Yeah.
But
definitely,
listen, you know, listen to the bars, the patterns, listen to, you know what I mean, the lyrics, the beat.
the hard work.
You know what I mean? Yeah, the hard work for sure, man, because we've been doing, like I said, beginning of the new millennium, and just as the years go.
That's so crazy to think about. It was like 2003 was the first time I ever performed in front of people, and it was in front of my high school.
Wow.
Hard.
The whole
The whole high school, 9th grade through 12th grade. I was a freshman in high school,
Wow.
and I got to perform in front of the whole school.
That's a great feeling.
Oh yeah.
And it was my first performance. I remember practicing and rehearsing for that for days and being like, yo, I'm gonna forget my verses. I'm gonna forget my verses.
And that's the biggest.
Yo, I'm gonna forget. 'Cause
Butterflies.
It's happened
Yeah, that's
before.
like the biggest
I've
fear.
performed and I forgot verses.
Yeah.
But you
that's
would never
happened
tell
before.
because I just freestyle.
Just make something happen.
I forgot my verse one time, actually. I performed once only, and it was because we had this intensives at Renaissance, and we had a music group, and this teacher let us use this room off to the side. It was like a counselor room almost, and we could make a song, but pretty much to the same rules, like can't swear or talk about
Yeah,
anything
can't cuss,
crazy.
yeah.
Keep it
so,
clean, right?
whatever, no big deal. We made the song, go up there. And I forgot every single word to the whole
It's
thing.
a stage fright. It's just stage fright. You're like,
Stage fright.
Honestly, I won't even lie to you and say I was nervous. I really just didn't know the verse. Like I recorded it like hours beforehand, so
Right.
like I didn't know it like that. I wasn't too nervous. I just went up there, and there were so many of us that like it was easy to distract from the fact that I
Yeah,
didn't know it.
yeah.
So it kind of covered it up a little bit. But I understand that going up
Yeah,
there and
you
looking at
forget.
everyone, they think you know your words, and you're just like, da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, just freestyling, like even like throwing in like I might have forgot my words, but and just like keep going, just picking up and just keep it moving because
For real.
you don't want to stay stuck and frozen in that
no,
situation.
yeah. The freestyling thing will come in clutch all the time.
All
it.
the time, all the time.
Under the influence, whether you're drinking in that stage frame, you know, when you know what I mean, you're of age and you're drinking,
Yeah.
you forget some shit.
You gotta understand
Freestyle.
too. I've done 35-minute sets by myself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hour sets, like
Official.
like official sets, like and it's you know what I'm saying 10 songs you got to remember.
What's the difference between that and being up there for the full 30 minutes, 35 minutes?
Like what? Like forgetting or
Forgetting, yeah.
I mean, you're up there 30 minutes, you forget something, you're already going through it. Your mind's already moving so fast that you don't even realize you're gonna forget it.
Yeah.
That, like I said, we go back to just you're gonna freestyle it. Song's gonna end. You're gonna pick right back up.
Yep.
Or the hook comes on and you get to do the hook and you'll remember the second verse. Like,
Yeah,
okay,
yep.
yeah, I'm gonna go in. Like I know this, so I'll just go a little harder on this. Nobody notices.
Pick the
I'll tell you that.
momentum.
There's certain people that notice. Like if I seen it, I feel like since I've done it so long, I'll be like, yeah, caught that.
Yeah.
But to the average eye or average
They
listener,
won't catch it.
they won't catch it unless you completely stop. Then they'll be like, why is he,
Why you stop?
why he stop?
People want to see confidence on stage,
Yep.
mainly. You could say some whack ass shit, the beat could be okay, but they want to see your confidence. They don't care about anything else. You know, yo, respect, because you did something. You know what I mean? And if you're nice, then that's a plus.
Makes it even.
Yeah, because now you look like you're taking the shit professional. You know what I mean? And they either want to imitate you, or they want to like be on your jock, or see how much you're worth, or they want to hate. It's just all levels.
That's how we would do it. We would make it like we were professional already.
Yeah,
We will rehearse.
we will rehearse. It's important. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we will
recite them rhymes.
rehearse, recite them. Even the whole car ride there, we're playing the instrumentals and we're rapping it, making
to project
sure we're straight,
our voice.
making
how
sure
we're
we're
saying it.
good, like
No bullshit.
pronunciating. You know, I did it's cool because I did a 50 mics tournament, which was part
It's
part of the Source magazine.
Oh, wow.
You know, 30 people performed. I came in second with Family Business,
That's hard.
There you go.
and I always remember it because I had a little clip. It was like it said Family Business in the Source magazine.
Yo, 50
That's
mics,
fire.
that's crazy, because I did the 50 mics tournament too.
Did you?
Yeah, like a year or something after, with Era and Joel, Explicit.
I think I went.
And we came in second.
Yeah, I think I went too. Yeah, I was there. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
you were
there.
there?
Yeah, I was there. I remember that. Yep.
Yeah,
It was
we
at
came in
Vibes
second, too.
Uptown in Hartford.
A handicapped person won first place too.
Yeah, I was there. Yeah,
Shout
I
out to
was
him,
there.
I guess.
Yeah. Well, I came in second. But I remember like the song The song wasn't like, I knew it wasn't gonna. I tried to have a manager at the time when we did DP Music.
Damn. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be careful with shady people out here.
You learn when you're young.
You learn,
dealing
yeah,
with
I
older people
was young.
who are trying to learn also. They're trying to be like P. Diddy or Birdman, but they don't really know the business. And
Yeah, they hand you contracts. They don't got nothing to offer, but they're handing you a contract.
Yeah.
It's like, you know how many contracts I had to be like, what? But the guy had picked the song to perform. I already knew it wasn't gonna, and then just like I thought, the judges was, always trust your instincts, always trust your gut. That's the main, always trust
for
your
sure.
gut. You think you know it's not gonna hit, it's probably not gonna hit, bro. Tell you that. But yeah, second place was cool. It was
Second
cool.
place is a lot better than most people would.
Yeah, no,
would
it
do
was
for
it was
sure.
cool,
Yeah. You get recognition or something.
Isn't it kind of cool that you went? So you went the year before.
Yeah,
I
I
went
went-
1 year. Well, yeah, you did it. You guys did it before though.
yeah, did it
Or-
before, and then I think the year after you guys did it.
I think ours was like in 09 or 2010
Yeah, because I think mine was like, no, actually, it might have been after you guys then.
after.
Because Family Business was like 2009
9 and up.
and up. Yeah, 2009 till 2000, I don't know, like 15, 16. We were like recording and just messing around with stuff. Yeah, but Welcome to the Mob, I wish I could find that mixtape. Like, that's one that got
was hard.
lost. Yeah.
Very well put together. You know what I mean? And it was a formula. It's a formula too that we have. Like from when we all started, we came up with like a certain type of style, strategy, a formula to create these records, and it just kept like blossoming as the branches and like just different projects with people. You know what I mean? Like he understood it. He knew how to sound like an artist from the jump. You know, he picked that up quick. He wasn't sounding like someone you hear on the radio or someone up the street. He sounded like CitySun early. And that's the main thing you want from everybody. You want individuality, authenticity. You know what I mean? You want to be organic with this shit. And you're hearing these records, hearing the way the transition is lovely. Like, you got an ear for that.
Yeah. One of the biggest things I always want to do was be an A&R.
True.
Because I like potential.
Does that exist, like that title? To some degree?
I mean, with internet and the way things are, I feel like people just
mentor. You can mentor a group of people.
which is why I started bringing artists in, as was why I started messing with GIF. 'Cause I seen the potential in GIF when he came.
Talk
up
about
around.
that, man. That was early.
Yeah, it was
That was
early.
crazy,
My cousin Mike, rest in peace, Mike.
Rest in peace,
P.
He brought GIF around to my house. I had a studio set up. It was actually ReMM's computer, the E machine.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Shout out to E-Machines.
Yeah. And I remember a GIF coming over, and we were in the middle of like the diss records, and he just rapped something. I remember him rapping on the Cassidy beat, the Hustler versus the Problem beat.
Yep, I
And
remember
the
that.
ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, that was
He went
shit.
in, and I was like, he got potential. So he just started coming around, and I bring him around.
That was the moment right there where you decided.
Yeah. Because you know what? Honestly, he did it with me. You know what I'm saying? He took me in. He taught me how to be the artist I am. I mean, I individually learned my own style and stuff, but engineering, as far as like even track list, how to put the track list together, like he was just saying, I picked that up from ReMM. And I just used everything from that and just built my own thing.
Yep.
And every so often, that's when we come back together and we'll put out the projects. And it was always like a synergy that always worked. Shout out to Comeback, you know, when he said, like, when Circus Wicked came around too.
Yeah.
That
We
was
joined CWG.
Yeah. when I
Circus
joined
Wicked
CW.
Gang.
You know what? I
You were
remember
more on your vlogging at that time as
I
well.
was,
As
yes.
the artistry and the vlogging.
I started getting my cameras around that time, Circus Wicked. I had a flip. It was called a flip. It was like one of the original GoPros, if you think about it like that.
That white camera?
Yeah,
With the red
you
ring or
hold
something?
it, and I was doing music videos with that, or we would just walk around and I'd just have it. Like, all the vlogs are on YouTube. Yeah, just CitySun on YouTube.
I'll add that on the descriptions
add the
as
link.
well, man.
But all our old vlogs and stuff when we would go to do shows and stuff. I got that all. I needed it. And that's what really got me focused on just picking up a camera. I was like, dang.
Someone had to record it.
Yeah, it
Someone
was-
had to record it, right?
Exactly.
And we all can't be rappers.
Right.
I didn't mind it either. I didn't mind it. You know,
No, hell no, right.
there was a time as an artist, and when I got with Sincere, shout out Party Prince,
Party Prince.
and we had Hooked on Music Radio,
Hooked on Music.
Yo.
right? And I had we had a show on Digital Boombox Network. Shout out DBN. They gave us, that was a cool start to podcasting like that. We were, on radio show, music, interviews.
That's fire.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So shout out H.O.M.
H.O.M.
as home. Yeah.
Shout outs all around.
Yeah, always.
So what was your favorite project of yours?
Oh, I have a lot of favorites, but like I think it's just songs on different projects, but one of my main ones, I think I like The Bless Up, which was 2015, and One Way Out was so well put together to me in my mind. The songs I had on One Way Out were, it was like the next level of my artistry.
Oh, yeah.
Like I had Man Up, which is like a big,
that was a hard single.
you can find that one on my SoundCloud actually. So it's a Man Up, and I had Chemistry with Flo. Shout out Flo.
Shout out only.
Good flow.
Yes, sir. Those two songs really, I feel like, really projected me to like.
They're still up there, right?
Yeah, they're still
SoundCloud
up.
account.
Yeah, Chemistry is
SoundCloud's
on
still good.
all streaming services as
Oh,
well.
yeah, that's
still,
right. Streaming service.
Yup, Man Up is as well too. My cousin Damien, shout out Dame Rev.
Dame Rev.
Shout
He
out.
did a remix to Man Up, which went on streaming services too.
There we go. That's fire.
Yeah.
I feel like remixes aren't that common in like within the city or within like local artists. I think that's cool when people do that.
It's not coming anymore, but I saw someone recently do.
I think it's cool. I think that'd be cool to
Bring that shit.
bring that back, is doing remixes to songs and getting like different artists on it. I like that was a good feeling. Like it was a good vibe to like work with somebody like that, because they mess with that song. It's not like they're just hopping on it because they want to. It's
Yeah.
like, yo, I want to, let me get on that. Like, oh, we'll just drop it as a remix. Yup.
That's it for the questions on D1 side, honestly.
I wanted that awkward. I just wanted to see how it'd be.
Just bask in the awkwardness. It's just
Soak first.
yeah, be comfortable with it. Comfortable with silence.
Yeah, because search for solace, because people be suffering in silence. So search for solace. You know what I mean? And it's crazy because we're talking about the early ages. So those parents out there, if you got kids, make sure they're engaged in some type of activity and less away from cellular devices. You know what I mean? Because that shit is a magnet. I mean, it has nothing to do with anything, but it has everything to do with everything. You know what I mean? You want them to be growing up to be artistic and be mainly expressive on life, on whatever it is. It doesn't have to be music or, photography. It could be anything in life. You have to be expressive. So, you know what I mean? So people out there, just to influence people, who be putting in work and their stories they're listening to, you too can be inspired or influenced. And, we just need more of activity from everyone in total. It sounds fire to hear, us being young and doing something, make something of it, because you make a son of yourself.
Yeah.
To this present day.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Blessings in abundance. You know what I mean? Like,
It's not as much as I heard something the other day. I forgot where I heard it from, so if I misquoted, my bad. But they said there's so much talent in the hood, but there's not enough resources.
there's not enough resources there.
You know what I'm saying? Because we have a lot of talent, and kids are growing up when doing this just to do it. Like they don't have to do it like we did it. We had to put in footwork. They could just go online and just
Now
put
they
something
can
up.
just go online, yeah.
Download the
create.
app, yeah.
But imagine we had resources to hone those crafts they do.
But we're born when we were born for a reason, right?
Yeah,
Like the
purpose.
generation that we're in it for a reason. So let's use this wisdom, and embed into the younger
The next-
generations, like
yeah.
that power
Yeah.
within.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Going through the ups and downs of life, meeting different people of walks of life, and still being able to get through and walk through life. Stand tall and walk hard type shit, type beat. Feel me? But we've been cooling for a while, because I would definitely want you back, on the podcast.
Absolutely.
Whenever you
Of
want,
course.
we could discuss some other stuff. We could have some homeboys here. We could be cooling the shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got any last words? You want, let people know as
Yeah.
far as where we at right now?
Absolutely. definitely go follow HighFiveFlicks and book for your photo shoots. Videography coming real soon. Any artists out there need cover art, you can hit me up right on that HighFiveFlicks page. My merch dropping soon. All the links are gonna be in the description below.
And the link, yo.
But definitely, yeah. Just stay up, stay blessed, and stay strong. Keep the chin up always.
True word, no lie. And that's great, you know. Pureness, you know, heaven, blessings in abundance, you know. And all in all, we want everybody to get right, do right, stay focused. You know what I mean? It's CloudLounGe ReMM podcast. Peace easy.
My foot on their necks, that money gon' change, and what you expect from niggas that ain't never had shit. Can't trust a bank, so there's holes in your mattress. We just learn how to manage. Watch where you standing. Yeah, gangin' them with me and niggas so savage. I can't sit still, yeah, that shit made me anxious. Keep me good energy, gotta stay prayed up. Talk about the kid like they know where I came from. Yeah, baby gon' ride, she ain't average. Keep it tuned up like mechanic. Double love, had to cash in, we cut from a different fabric. We are not the same. 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 Hey, this for the pain I be spittin'. This for the liquor we sippin'. This for the times we ain't have any food in the kitchen. Middle finger to the system. We ain't ever gon' give it. Raised on survival, out for $1 million. Gotta stay driven. Play your position. I'm feeling brand new. We cutting ribbons. Ain't ever slipping. Yeah. Gangin' them with me and niggas still savage. Niggas gon' hate when you chasing that paper. I can't sit still, yeah, that shit make me anxious. Keep me good energy, gotta stay prayed up. Talk about the kid like you know where I came from. Talk about the kid like you know why. We are not the same. We are not the same. We are not the same.